Namaste everyone and welcome to Data Millennials.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our SQL series. In this video, I'm going to tell you about SQL operators. Okay, so the first question that should come into your mind is that what is SQL operator? And this particular word operator, what does this mean? Right? So operator is the reserved word or a particular character which is primarily used in SQL statements with the conditional clauses to perform operations. Okay, and the operators are used to specify condition in a SQL statement to serve as a conjunction for multiple condition. So whenever you are using some kind of conditions in SQL, then you have to use these operators. So in SQL we have majorly four type of operators, and we'll see all those four type of operators one by one. Okay, so the first one is SQL Arithmetic Operator. Now, as I've told you, it's arithmetic operator. You already have some kind of knowledge that what arithmetic means, right? So basically, when we need to add two columns, or if we need to subtract two columns, multiply two or more than two columns, divide two or more than two columns, or we need to take module, then we will be using arithmetic operator, right? And these operators can be applied on two or more than two columns. So whenever you need to add something, multiply something, or subtract something, then you can use this arithmetic operator. Okay, now the second one is SQL Comparison Operator. What is comparison operator? As the name suggests, if you want to compare something, then you have to use these six operator. Okay, the first one is equal to. Now suppose there is a scenario where you want to extract data from a table where date is equal to today, then you will be using equal to. Okay, this equal to operator. Now if you want data from a table where the creation date is above a certain period of time, then you will be using this greater than operator. Okay, now similarly you will be using less than if you require data less than based on a certain condition. Similarly, these three is just an equal to. So if you want data greater than today or equal to today, then you can use it, right? If there is a condition that you need to use less than or equal to, so one of the best thing is that you can use these operators in conditions to get data based on multiple or more than two columns. So you can use these operators to check your values. Either your values is greater than, equal to, or not equal to, then you can extract the data, right? So now in the last one of this comparison operator was not equal to. So whenever you want your data based on a condition where you doesn't want a column to be equal to a certain value, then you will using this not equal to. Now the third one is SQL Compound Operator. As we had seen arithmetic operators, it's similar to that, where you will be using these conditions, so multiply or equal to. So it works on the same concept. Okay, so if the column value is equal to or plus of a certain value, then you will be using this operator. Divides and equal to, multiplies and equal to, subtract and equal to, right? These are the same thing which I have told you earlier above in this table, right? So it has the same concept, this compound operator. Now the fourth one is logical operator. Okay, so what is this all means? So whenever if the query meets a certain condition and your condition is true, then get everything. This is when all is used. Now if you need to use two or more than two conditions and you want both of those conditions to be true, then you need to use AND. So now if there are multiple conditions in your query, that you want condition 1 to be true, condition 2 to be true, condition 3 to be true, right? Then you will use AND. But if you are okay with any of those three conditions to be true and you want that value, then you will use any. So for example, with this any operator is that even if a particular column in a table value is greater than 10 or less than 50, then we'll take it. Then you can use any. Either the value should be greater than 10 or less than 50, right? Now this between is used when we have to check our condition for a particular range. So for example, if you want to extract data for two dates, for example from 1st January 2020 till today, then you will be using this between. Okay, now the next one is exist. So the simple explanation of exist is, if you are writing a query and you are getting some value, for example 2, 5 and 7, right, and these 2, 5 and 7 value exist in another column, and you have written a query for that particular column to get the values, and the value matches with 2, 5, 7, so you will write exist in 2, 5, 7, and then you will get your output, your optimum output. So that's when we use exist. So the next one is in. This means that true if the operand is equal to one of any of expressions. So if there are multiple expressions and you want any of these expressions or conditions to be true, then you will be using in. Okay, now the like operator. Like operator is basically used to match patterns within SQL query. So if there is a situation where you want to get names of everyone whose names start with A, then you will be using this like operator. Now the next one is not operator. Not operator is used to define the condition where you doesn't want a specific condition to be true in your query. Similarly, or condition works like this, if any of the conditions that you have used in your query is true, right? If you have used two or more than two conditions, and out of those two conditions, if any of the one condition is true, then you will get your output. Now the last one is sum. Sum query is used when you are using subqueries and your subquery's output meets condition of the outer query, then we will use sum operator. Okay, so these are the major operators used in SQL, and this will make a lot more sense when we will be writing queries for this one. So from next video onwards, we'll be writing queries in SQL, and we'll be using all these operators as well as the data types which I have told you in our previous video. Okay, so we have reached at the end of this video. In our next video, I'll show you how you can create a database.
Hey, if you find this video insightful, then do check out other videos and hit the like and subscribe button.